Simity Samtastic, back with more Guild Wars 2. Hi, I'm feeling fabulous today. How about you? I'm loving this look and this armor. I found this piece, and then the legs I ended up buying from a Kodan, and then I found the Cultist hood and boots, and I can't remember what the gloves are. Let me see. Wrong window. There we go. Gone button crazy. Conjurer gloves, and then I'm hiding the shoulders because the shoulders look silly. They glitch with the hood, as you can see. Yeah, see the hood has that. I like the look of the hood though, and it's more like I'm starting to get to the sort of the dervish look right here. Unfortunately, I don't do the dervish dance. I had heard somewhere that there was rumors of like a dance merchant where you'd be able to buy dances. Alright, so, yeah, we were talking about dyes over here, and he's talking about how black and white dye is really expensive at the trader, and I found my white dye. I didn't actually have to buy it, which is pretty cool. Though I have taken a lot of the money that I've saved up, and I've purchased now 3 additional slots for bags. Is it 3? How many do you start out with? You start out with 4, right? And I think I bought 3 more, and I also got some extra bank slots, which is really helpful. And I also got, you might remember this, oh yeah, I got the pirate outfit, which has had some minor changes to it, but the weapons, the skill set is still the same, which is just awesome. So you can still build that cannon, you can still summon your bird, attack. They changed the sound of the yar, which you couldn't even hear there, so we'll wait for that to stop glitching. And you can still do that splash thing, and I like to stand in front of the cannon and fire it and hit 3 at the same time, because it looks funny. And then you got your pirate sword weapon attack with your little wooden pirate sword. Alright, so here we are. We are in, where are we? Kessex Hills? Kessex Hills, and we're going to be doing the exploration here today, and we're going to start out in this little township. That's the way that I've come in here, so that we can sort of start on the top left, is right through this this portalway right here out of Queensdale. And a couple of these, this is where I actually start getting to, oh my god, that was frustrating for me, is that vista up there. Is I was as I often do, really overcomplicating it, trying to get up there. I was trying to jump on all kinds of stuff, find different ways, but it's really easy. And let's see if that's recharged yet. Yar! I need to use the left mouse, not the right mouse, otherwise it turns me around. So anyway, you see how you can kind of walk up here. You can't jump off of these. Oh, I take that back. Ha ha ha, let's speed that up. I took some damage there. Which, if you're wearing a costume and you take damage, it takes the costume off for you, which is kind of nice. So anyway, up we go. It's just right over here. And your vista's just sort of right on this little ledge right here. So that's where we go for that one. Wee-hee! And this town doesn't always look this good, because if you're not doing a good job of holding off the centaurs, they will actually ride in here and destroy everything, and you'll have burning buildings and stuff. It's pretty crazy. So since I started on here, I mean, it may be because we've got a high population server, but we haven't really had any problems with centaurs this far north. Next up, we're going to be creeping down to... Yep, we're gonna hit this vista here in Viathan Lake, and that one's actually a little bit tricky. Well, coming over here, it seems we have some centaurs, and they're trying to repair their bridge, so you have to like beat up their workers to stop that from happening. Oh, look at that, an egret. You can't kill it, it's part of the environment. You can't select it, as you can see. It just hangs out there and eats fish out of the stream. Whee! Alright, when I said that the vista, I was about to say point of interest. When I said that the vista was complicated, that's not actually entirely accurate, because the vista is really easy to get to. It is this point of interest in the lair of the sea witch that's a little bit more complicated. And so just swimming right over here, the vista is right over on this ledge, right? Where is it? Come on. Come on, line of sight. Line of sight. There it is. Okay, I just couldn't see it around the seaweed. That's the vista, so we'll go ahead and get that in standard practice. Come on, close enough. Oh, by the way, for underwater, I bound my left shift to swim down. Normally there's no key bound to that at all, so I have found that that makes water combat and water navigation a lot easier to have that bound up that way. So I highly recommend that. This is that underwater sea lair. There's actually a really difficult fight with a sea witch. I did that a little while ago. Apparently it was bugged out, but it's no longer bugged out. So in order to get that point of interest, you actually have to swim inside this little cave, and it's kind of in the center of it. So it's really easy to do that if you find other people. Just you can hang outside the cave and find other people that want to do that with you, so that you don't have to fight veteran crate demosses by yourself. So anyway, I already have that, so you can wait for somebody else to lure them out and sneak inside. That's another method. So we're going to be moving on to this point of interest right over here. And Lichcroft Mare is, I think that's the first location that wasn't in a town. That was like the first Sylvari-esque zone that I came across during the beta. And here we are swimming into Lichcroft Mare, M-E-R-E, I don't know. And the next vista is this one right up there. Somebody's already found it. And it's sort of borderline jumping puzzle status. I'm being attacked by... Alright, you know what? I'm level 80, Mr. Ridgeback Scale, and I don't mess around. I've got some good equipment. There we go. So, anyway, I don't work well under pressure. There was a jumping puzzle that I had a huge amount of trouble with because there are enemies and I had to work under extreme pressure. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit so we're not staring through trees the entire time. And you just sort of hop up onto these rocks, and then this is the tricky part right here where you can't really see it spazzes out. And you just have to jump your way up there. And once you do that, there you are at the vista. And it's very pretty. I got super excited. I got mega nerd chills the first time I saw this place. It was pretty awesome. Sylvari everywhere. I wanted to help them fight back the undead. I didn't realize at the time though that I was actually that close to the Sylvari starting area. But I mean, I guess I should have known, but you know, you've got the grove, and then right out here is their starting area, and then immediately, book, right across that is where I was hanging out and fighting. All right, next up, while we're over here, I'm actually going to talk about this skill point. Whee! Ow. I might not make it. I missed the water. You'll make it. You'll be fine. That skill point is in a cave. It's in a troll cave, and I'll show you where the entrance is for that one. That's one where first time I ended up jumping around trying to get on top of the big rock thing, not realizing that it was just inside of it. So here we are. Oh, what was I? All right, here we are. The Herathi are freaking out, and we're over on this left side of the cave, and this is where you go in. So I realized a couple things. Yeah, this is the part where I was trying to get up on top of these things before, and I think I actually previously managed to get on this section right here, but couldn't get any further than that. But you don't need to do that. You just mosey on into these caves. Yeah, that's right. I just said mosey. And come this way. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to go in there with another large group of people, and it's just a commune skill point, so nothing too crazy about that. For those commune skill points, in some of the harder level areas, I found what really helps a lot is to use Well of Darkness and Summon Druid Spirit. There was one where I was just killing off these veteran spiders, and I was like, yeah, that'll be fine. Like, I could commune with it now because my spirit has aggro on it, and you know, they'll just keep attacking that, but I can finish this guy off. And so I killed him. I start communing. My spirit wears off and dies, and then a champion spider pops down and just annihilates me. And so I went back in there again, and instead of fighting that spider, I summoned this guy, got the aggro on him, and ran in and threw down Well of Darkness right next to the spider and communed with the point, and then ran away. It worked out pretty well. All right, now I'm being attacked by some Risen. You can keep them back. It's always good to sort of figure out how to run away from enemies with whatever build you want, or include a skill for doing that. Like Spectral Walk, I wouldn't use if it didn't give me the massive bonus to speed for 30 seconds. I've actually taken it out a couple times, but I used the skill to run so often that it just stays in there. And I also really like being able to remove Cripple with Well of Power. In some of the higher level areas, it's really difficult to cope with what some of the enemies throw at you, and so it's good to be able to run. Next up, we got that Vista, and we got that Vista. We're gonna cut to the, it looks like, okay, the center. We're gonna come to this one right here. But that's just really pretty. The terrain that they've made for this game is so good. It's like, it just doesn't get boring. They don't reuse stuff. I mean, they reuse the same, you know, you'll find mushrooms in different places and that sort of thing, but you don't see like the same mountain twice. Everything is very well thought out, well designed, and these are beautiful environments. Alright, it's just right through this town. You just come over into this little quarry, and that's how you get over there. Whee! And this one's not too complicated. It looks like it might be, just because there's so much scaffolding and so much stuff to walk on. It looks like it may be pretty difficult to figure out how to get over there, but as you approach, you realize it's really not that complicated at all. Just a couple of tricky jumps. They kind of ramp you up on the jumping puzzles. Well, unless you go hunting for them. As far as getting the vistas goes, there are some vistas in some later areas where it really requires some keen observation skills and, well, control. Impressive control. Some of the jumps are pretty difficult in some of the areas.
Kill the two legs. Trample them all into the
centaurs
dust.
are attacking. Evacuate the mine.
Uh-oh. Event. Should I do it? Should I do it? Centaurs are attacking. Let's, I think I'll take some pretty hefty damage if I just jump down there. Can I get to where it's not gonna kill me when I fall? Oh god. Ah. I'm beefier than I realized. Oh, and since I'm level 80, I can actually switch this one up to Toxic Landing, which is cool because you take less damage. I'll show that one. Stupid bat. Okay, back up here. This sort of thing is actually really good. I know at least 2 of the classes have it. I'm pretty sure the Elementalist has one that has falling damage as well. They might have one of those for everything, or for every profession. But it's good in, say, World versus World, where you may be trying to run from people, and taking half falling damage and leaving a mark on the ground is kind of a nice thing. It can save you, so consider putting, if you're going to be putting the 10 points into curses, consider doing it sooner rather than later, so you'll have access to that trait. We'll raise this poor guy. Don't you kill him! Oh. Alright, well, I don't know where he went. Did we? Oh, there you are. We're good here. Alright, there you are. Back up. You're welcome. I actually like how the player characters will say stuff. Yeah, you better run. These will actually take a while. I'm not going to stick around for this. Excuse me, guys. I'll get a last hit in there. Did he drop loot I can have? Yeah, he did. I'm going to take one of your hooves as a memento. Actually, I'm going to take 3 of your hooves as a memento. Next up. Oh, players to resurrect. Awesome. I'm actually working on the... there's a title for that if you resurrect 1,000 people. It can be PCs or NPCs. And let me see if I can get credit for both of these. Got credit for that one. Yeah, I even got to both of them. Forget the Tamini. So, I don't know what those guys are doing. They're probably botting. And that's why they're wearing no armor. They just stand in one spot and they attack at the location where dynamic event cycles. And yeah, they gain XP for it, they gain their karma for it, and then they ultimately get their account banned because ArenaNet disapproves of that sort of thing, and, well, that's the punishment. That's a lot of Tamini. Okay, so next up on the list of things to do is we're going to head down to that vista right there.
Barely.
I'll finish up that revive. Yeah, that's a lot of Tamini. Let me... cheese it! Alright, well, we're over on location, sort of. You see it way up on top of that cliff up there, and it looks sort of like you might be able to climb up the side of it from certain angles, but that is incorrect. Don't think that you can, because you can't. And running up and down this side of the mountain will just cause you extreme frustration. And so we're going to just run around to the side where you can get up and take a look at how that is done. I love the scale of everything here. It's so incredibly epic. It's not just like they give you high cliffs that you'll never see the top of. You can actually run up them. Hey, what's up, bandits? Oh, kind of a thing to note if you are running around in this area is what I think might be the most difficult section of fighting and stuff is there's the crate over there kind of hard, but I think this bandit quarry is really difficult, and just don't even bother to do it on your own, because you'll get owned no matter what level you think you are. You'll probably think you're high enough level, but they just overwhelm you. Some of the areas are kind of tuned that way. There we are. And you can look down into the Eden hole. There's one of the renown hearts involves you coming up into that area, so that's that vista, which does overlook quite an awesome view, including that little fortress right there. It's an odd placement for a fortress, but it looks pretty sturdy. I wouldn't attack it. It's kind of, I guess it's stuck at a crossroads, so that you can monitor those crossroads and give people a place to camp while they're trying to travel across Hrothi territory. What's next? Not to be mistaken with Kilrathi territory. Alright, now there's this vista right up here, so we'll just make our way down. Let's see, I wonder if that'll work. Toxic landing. Yeah. That totally would have killed the crap out of me if I didn't have Toxic Landing. Wasn't that awesome? Good trait. And then you can just switch it off when you're not in combat. Did that work? Yeah, okay. Terror. Well, this one doesn't look like it'd be too complicated, but what, like you just climb up here? You actually can't. It's a little bit trickier than it looks, and that may result in you really frustrating yourself trying to jump up places that you cannot. So just to go the easy way, you just come over here and you can actually get to that point and then jump up, and then there you go, you're done. That's that vista. Not a bad one, I don't think.
The northern gate is lost. Regroup.
I hope that was the centaurs saying that.
They're across the western bridge. Move to engage.
And what are we doing next? Alright, so next up we're gonna cut over... Wait, that's not one. Whoa, whoa, nope. Okay, oh, that's something. You can actually, if you... We'll do it in party, so that I don't bug anybody. So in chat, if you hold control and click on a waypoint or a point of interest on your map, then it will immediately ping it to chat, like Blackhaven. It will throw it into your chat. Or if you shift click it, like the Delarian waypoint, it didn't show up in party chat because I'm not in a party, as it turns out. So then, see, there you go. So that way you can, if you can also do that with your skills and items, and if you hold shift you can queue up a few of them. If you just use control, then it will do it in local. Hopefully nobody nearby gets annoyed by this. You can just immediately pop them up, and it also works with equipment. And here's another fun thing. I think I had mentioned this before, but when somebody posts something, you can actually preview it as somebody else posts it in chat, so you can see what it looks like. Unfortunately, the die does not work particularly well for that, though. Seeing the die preview there, I'm not carrying any dice. We'll have to check that out later. Onward! And here we are. This is one of the greatest features ever, is when selling stuff, there's a sell junk button, which sells all the trophies that don't actually, that can't be salvaged or aren't crafting materials. And then the point of interest, it's not a point of interest, the vista that we're going for is right up there, and so you can, what am I doing? An embarrassment to myself. You can go up these stairs. And then things get a little more complicated. There we are, there we are. Oh, yep, oh, you don't even have to go to that last part there. All right, Vista engaged. I don't know what I'm doing as far as the sound effects go. I almost choked in my own laugh there, though. And I love that the distance that you can see stuff is so great. So that area that we just left is off over there. You can see the mountains off in the haze. And yeah, I mean, I've got the medium settings on basically, but medium high. But it still looks phenomenal. The game looks funny in comparison, like when you get used to playing on the higher settings and you go back to the low settings. That's a basilisk. No! Oh god. Here, let's find a place where they won't attack me anymore. Can I jump? Oh god. No, no. Is that copper? I actually need copper. Okay, next up, we're going to go to this vista that's on the waterfall right there, which I actually talked about in one of my earlier videos. I'm just going to map straight to that one, just for the sake. It would take a long time for me to walk up there. It's kind of what my point would be. And this vista is relatively easy, relatively straightforward. What's up, bears? You just climb on down his ear and make sure you don't fall off the wrong side. It's difficult to see, but there, if you just walk through that part right there, you get your vista. I guess you could fall down the other side and jump across those rocks, it looks like. I will test that theory. It looks like there's a whole number of different ways for you to get over there, but I'm pretty sure walking nervously through the trees isn't the only effective method. And water doesn't actually shove you off the cliff. But, yeah, you can climb up that way. Yeah, you're good. Good to go. So they don't make this one too frustrating. You don't have to go totally stupid trying to climb back up the hill. And actually, you can even get back out of here. Some of these are like that. Nope, nope. Get it, get it, yes! Oh, with the speed boost that would have been even easier, but yeah, that takes me back to Skyrim. Yeah, if you played Skyrim and you didn't climb a mountain like that, you were doing it wrong. There's an invisible wall on this one. Okay, so next up, what we're going to do is just hightail it past these Ettins. I'm exposed, and the reason that I say that is because you get vulnerability for 3 seconds if you do the Sever Spectral Bond. Creep on up the hill, and we're going to be... Oh, if you hold Alt and click, it puts a waypoint, and then just clicking on the waypoint makes it disappear, or applying another waypoint. You can only have one personal waypoint up at a time, but anybody else in your party can see where it is. So holding Shift allows you to draw on the map and ping spots.
Time to do some.
Here, I'll help. Strawberries, right? Strawberries. Is it? Yes, we have strawberries up here. You can make strawberry cookies. I imagine you can make strawberry shortcake. Cooking is actually a really fun profession. And diver goggles. Yeah, we already did that one. There's the vista right down there. Let's see if we can't get to it from up here. I'm so excited about all the strawberries. I was up here before and grabbed all of these. And they're back. They're back indeed. And then, boonk. There you go. Just a little more strawberries. Sorry, raccoon, I'm taking these. Don't worry, I got my indiscriminate killer achievement already, so... I keep wanting to say title instead of achievements, because they were all titles in Guild Wars 1. I just got in the habit. So I don't have to kill you, was the point, anyway. Raccoon death is no longer a requirement. So there we are, back over here, overlooking the wizard's castle, floating in the sky, and then me floating just several inches off the ground. Oh yeah, like a boss. And we'll go ahead and finish this one up with, can I die? Can I die? Yeah, a fall to my death. Sleeping in the grass with a little ram hanging out there like, I don't know what that person's doing, but I'm not rezzing them. You jerk. Okay, anyway, that's the ominous death music. That's that. And so next up, what are we gonna do? I think next up I'm gonna do Gindaran Fields, because that's the next area up for human land, and so that would seem to make the most sense. I know I haven't been the best about creating these videos. Part of the problem with that is with the Guild Wars videos I could encode while continuing to play, and with these videos I actually have to stop. So yeah, I don't like to have to stop. Anywho, I meant to do these as sort of a daily, and so I'll try to get on track with doing those dailies. And on that note, you will see me later.